So what Call of Duty loadout do you need to lose the weight? As you can see, I've lost the weight. I went from 93 kilograms all the way down to around 68, but we'll call it 70. And so I basically lost like around 25 kilograms. And if I would have had this analogy of Black Ops 2 loadout being applied to weight loss to like this fat little nerd gamer here, who knows how much faster I would have lost the weight? At least like maybe half. So that's how powerful this video is. Oh my god, just looking at this fucking screenshot, it just brings back so many memories. Like, I'm actually feeling so nostalgic. Like, I put way too many hours into this game. Basically, when I was younger, like way younger than this, I was like 17 here. I'm talking about like 10 or 11, right? I was pretty much the biggest Black Ops 2 sweat known to mankind. I was 12 years old with a 1.8 KD. Like, I don't know if you know how insane that is, but yeah, that was basically me. Like, if you've played COD before, you know what I'm talking about. And if you're one of those people who's played COD before and you want to lose weight now, trust me, bro, this might just change your entire weight loss journey. But if you haven't played COD before, if you don't really like know what I'm talking about, you know, you might just want to stick to the other videos on my channel. They might be like way more helpful to you. Or, I mean, you are your own person. You can choose to stay and watch because it might still be like really valuable for you. So it's up to you really. But moving on, just like back in the day, right? I used to obsess over getting nukes, being top on the leaderboard. I wanted like the highest kill streak. So I'm talking about like the K9 unit, the fucking chopper. I forgot what the chopper's called, actually. But yeah, basically I just wanted to get COD clout, right? And my loadout is pretty much what enabled me to get that. If your loadout is shit, right? If you don't have the right attachments or the perks, you're literally going to get dogged, right? Yeah, literally, like my choice of gun, the attachments, the perks, the wild cards, my tacticals, my lethals, everything was incredibly, incredibly important. And like recently, I don't know how I got this idea, but literally like I thought about if losing weight was a game of COD and I really, really wanted to win the game, what would my loadout look like? Like my loadout of losing weight. And that's when I got to thinking, and I pretty much came up with the best loadout to help you in your journey of losing weight. So let's get straight into it. Basically, the primary, the big boy weapon, this is basically like what you use to get kills, right? This is pretty much the most important aspect. This is like the biggest needle mover to get you to your goal. If you want to get a nuke, right, you're going for that 30 kill streak. You need a sick primary, okay? And you need like good attachments, but like we'll get onto that. But you need a good primary, one that you know how to use. Like if you don't know how to use a fucking sniper, then you're not picking the fucking DSR 50 or you're not picking the ballista, okay? You're pretty much going to use a gun that you know you're good with. Now, contrary to what you might have thought I was going to say as the primary, for losing weight and looking aesthetic, your primary isn't going to be a calorie deficit, okay? It's actually going to be weight training. If you want to look lean and muscular at the end, having a good muscular base underneath all of like your fat is going to be super duper important. Maybe the most important, right? No one wants to put in the effort to lose weight only to end up looking skinny fat or like skinny at the end. That's why weight training has to be your number one priority. If you're like wondering like, oh, how do I train? What do I train? I've actually got a video on that on my channel, so do go check that out. Now, the attachments. Your attachments, if you don't know, if there's anyone watching that, you know, you haven't really played COD before, your attachments basically help your primary weapon be more efficient, pretty much, right? Now, the attachments to, you know, weight training, they're going to be progressive overload, you know, to help you get stronger and to like actually build muscle, right? And number two, a decent weightlifting routine that you enjoy and can stick to at the very least 3 times per week. That's going to make sure that, you know, you keep on going to the gym, you cover all your bases, cover all like your muscles and stuff. And progressive overload, that's pretty much going to ensure that you keep all your muscle, if not even grow new muscle. Yeah, and basically, like, don't listen to all the people telling you that you lose muscle on a deficit and that you get weaker and this and that. I literally, throughout my weight loss phase, I got stronger and stronger week on week whilst I was cutting, and I put on muscle. So, I mean, don't believe everything you hear online, except this video, because It's all true. Now, number 2, the secondary. The secondary is still very important, right? Now, in a game of COD, if you run out of ammo, if you're going for a nuke and like, you don't have the scavenger perk and you run out of ammo from your primary, basically your secondary, that's what's going to save you until, you can pick up a new gun off the ground. Now, it's a little bit different for losing weight. For losing weight specifically, both the primary and the secondary are equally as important. Now, basically, the secondary for losing weight, as you've guessed it, drum roll please, is going to be a calorie deficit. Is going to be a calorie deficit, right? You should pretty much know this by now, so I'm not going to go like too in depth into it, right? Calorie deficit helps you lose weight, blah, 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 blah. Take away 500 calories from your maintenance and get rocking, start losing weight, start getting, proverbial kills on your fat cells. The attachments to help your secondary, which is, your calorie deficit, perform better is going to be number 1, macros. 1 gram per pound of body weight for protein, 0.5 grams per pound of body weight for fats, and basically whatever rest of calories you have, just fill it up with carbs. You have to track it every single day. What gets tracked gets measured. No, I forgot how that saying goes, but basically you only track the things that you care about. And if you care about losing weight, you're going to track this. If not, you're not in it for the long run. You don't really care about losing weight or looking better. Now, number 2, the second attachment to help your calorie deficit is cutting out all junk food. Now, you can go and watch my video called How I Finally Got Lean, the Ultimate Guide, because I go deep into the food palatability reward hypothesis. And basically what this means is that modern junk food has been scientifically engineered to make your monkey brain as addicted to it as possible. And literally in this video, I pull up a bunch of research and studies and stuff, so definitely do go and watch it if you're interested. Like basically, if you're wondering like why you feel so propelled, so like why you feel like this massive urge to like constantly go binge eat, to eat junk food, to eat like unhealthy food or like incredibly highly palatable food, tasty foods, this is going to break down the reason why. But basically TDLR, because maybe you just can't be asked to like go watch that video. Junk food makes you more hungry and crave more junk food. So cutting out junk food and replacing it with healthy food makes you get used to and love the healthy food way more. Now, because healthy food makes you way more full, you're going to have a much easier time losing the weight. Oh, pardon me, man. I've been having, this kind of Oreo Pepsi or whatever. It's so good, honestly. Number 3. Now, the third attachment to help your calorie deficit perform better is going to be walking 10,000 steps every single day without fail. It's a non-negotiable. It sets up your baseline activity for every single day so that you don't fall below that level of activity. You're constantly going to be burning at least 350 calories every single day from your 10k steps. Non-negotiable, just do it. Trust me, there's a reason why every single like weight loss video tells you to walk 10k steps, because it helps you lose weight, okay? Number 3, the perks. Oh man, I used to be like the biggest nerd. I used to run like scavenger and toughness. I used to run a different perk. I think it was like ghost or something, where you couldn't be detected by UAVs. And like, oh my god, I used to be such a sweat, bro. Basically, like for those of you who don't know, perks are basically what you can equip to help your overall gameplay, right? And at the end, I'm going to show you the wild card that basically improves all of these. Not just your perks, like the whole loadout, pretty much. Perk number 1, discipline, right? And I won't go too much into it. I'm pretty sure you've heard this before somewhere on the internet. You can have the best plan in the entire world, but that doesn't really mean shit if you can't stick to it. So make sure you have the perk of discipline equipped. Perk number 2 is consistency. Sure, I mean, you can be disciplined and do every single thing to like lose the weight, to fucking get muscular in the gym. But then if you give up after 3 days, all of that effort like goes down the drain, right? You're not going to be seeing any results if you can stick to anything for like 3 days. This was literally the story of my life. Back when, I was a fat little nerd gamer, this was literally the story of my life. And where did that leave me? Literally, I was stuck for years on end, like from the age of like 10 all the way to like 20. For 10 years, like my entire teenage years, I was literally spinning my wheels for years, for like months and years, trying to lose the weight. But the thing is, I just wasn't consistent. Sure, I might have done the things for like a short amount of time, but because I wasn't consistent, I didn't see results. So make sure you're being consistent with everything that we talk about in this video. Number 3 is having a rock solid why. Okay, that's your third perk. Let's face it, this journey is not going to be easy 100% of the time. Sure, maybe at the start it's going to be easier for, some things and harder for others. But there's going to be a time where you're in like the trenches, right? You're going to have your deepest, darkest moments of fat loss. And what exactly do you think pulls you through that void? Your why, which is basically your reason for losing the weight in the first place and starting like this entire journey. If your why isn't strong enough, you're obviously just gonna remain fat for the rest of your life. Your distractions and the temptations to cheat right now is higher or more valuable than your reason for losing weight. When this is the case, obviously, like on the hierarchy, your like pleasure and your dopamine from junk food is higher than the reason for you losing weight. And that's exactly why you're still overweight right now. But if you can swap that, if your reason for losing weight, if your purpose is higher than all the temptations and the cravings for junk food, obviously you're going to have no choice but to lose the weight. Simple, right? So make sure you know exactly why you're putting in the effort to lose the weight. Now, number 4, the tacticals. So this is like your stun grenades or like, what's it called? The shock charges, where you like throw it out at the wall and like when someone walks past, they get shocked. Tacticals. Pretty much the tacticals are there to be used whenever you're in a very tough spot. For example, a stun grenade or a smoke. Now, in your weight loss journey, there's one tactical that we're going to be talking about is going to be absolutely crucial, and it's called plateau busters. Now, if you can imagine like, the name of this in like the little slot. Basically, every single time that you stop losing weight or you reach a plateau, you need to use the plateau buster. And then pretty much like it sort of replenishes by the next time you need to use it. It's kind of like if you have the scavenger perk and you kill someone and you pick up their ammo, it gets like replenished. Now, how this works is that you've stopped losing weight because you've stopped being in a deficit. Therefore, you need to be in a deficit again. Now, there are 3 options. You can either decrease food by 200 calories, you can increase steps by 2,000 every single day, or you can introduce 10 to 20 minutes of daily cardio every single day, which is basically what daily means. Whichever method you prefer. So there's the bike machine at the gym, there's the Stairmaster, there's, running. Although I don't actually recommend running. It fucks up your knees and then you can't perform on leg day. But basically, choose one of these options that feels the least painful to you. So if you're already eating like 2,000 calories and you really don't want to go any lower, probably don't decrease your food and then maybe like increase your steps. If you're only walking like 7,000 steps a day and you're already on 2,000 calories, then obviously you need to increase your steps. Or if you want to do cardio, do that too. Now, number 5, the wild card. This is basically what levels everything up, okay? The wild cards are pretty much there to increase the effectiveness of something else in your loadout. For example, this wild card called Perk 3 Greed, it means that you can take a second Perk 3, okay? So of specifically something else, you can improve it. Now, the best wild card for your weight loss journey is going to be the level up skill. Just imagine like a logo of like leveling up and then the name level up skill. Now, even COD doesn't have a level up skill that makes like your guns do more damage or like your perk like more effective or something like that. But basically, in your weight loss journey, what the level up skill does is allow all of your loadout that we've like everything that we've just talked about here. Basically, it allows all of your It allows all of your loadout to be leveled up as time goes on and as you get more experience. For example, the more that you weight train, the more that you level up the skill of weight training. The more that you use discipline to stick to your diet, the more that you level up the skill of discipline. The more that you... Oh, shit. I've actually done that twice. Sorry about that. You know, the more that you, for example, the more that you track calories, the better you're going to be at tracking macros. Like the skill of tracking macros. And when you level up in COD, for example, you can unlock certain guns, classes, you can get prestige, you know, you can get that little emblem thing. But for weight loss, the more that you level up a certain skill, for example, discipline, weight training, you know, counting your calories, macros, the more effective you are going to be at that particular skill and the easier that it is to carry out that skill. So if your discipline level is at a high level, it's going to feel easy to like stick to hard things consistently. If your consistency is at a high level, you'll be able to pretty much stick to anything that you want. And it's pretty much the same with everything else on this weight loss journey, right? So make sure you keep leveling up all of these skills. Now, this actually reminds me of another video I did called how like solo leveling ties into weight loss, or like how solo leveling changed my life. If you've seen what that is and if you know what that is, leave a comment down below so maybe I can make it in the future. You know, if you don't give a shit, you know, say that in the comment as well, then I probably won't make that idea. But basically, boys, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want my one-to-one help and my personalized strategies to help you lose weight faster, click the top link in the description below. You can click and watch this video somewhere on the screen. I'll put it somewhere. If you want losing weight to be 100 times easier, and I do not mean that lightly. Finally, subscribe if you want some more of your boys' content to be recommended to you, you know, because you like my vibe, you like my advice, whatever. So do subscribe. And as always, boys, have a good one. Peace.